And then we go to TDE, second lady, right? Because we know SZA is the first lady of TDE, but we go to TDE, second lady. And I'm gonna be honest, this is a young lady that is just kind of getting my attention. This is a young lady that I really did not know about until I heard that Nissan Altima freestyle, until I heard people talking about her performance at Coachella, until I heard, a little bit more resources speak her name. I wasn't aware, even though I'm one of TDE's biggest fans. I love that camp. I love that stable. This was a woman that I wasn't that familiar with. I was familiar with Isaiah Rashad, Ab Soul, J Rock, Schoolboy Q, SZA, Kendrick Lamar. I was familiar with, all those artists, but even Reason, when Reason was with TDE, Zachary, whatever you want to call him, I was familiar with all the artists on that record label, right? But Doechii, Alligator Bites Never a Heal, Doechii, 19 tracks in 47 minutes. So that pretty much tells you, like, this album, each track probably averaged a little bit 2 minutes, a little bit above 2 minutes, right? So this was not a album that was lengthy. Like, although it was a lot of tracks, you kind of got a lot at once. You kind of got a little bit of her style, right? A little bit of her lyricism, a little bit of the pop, a little bit of storytelling. You kind of got a little bit of everything within these 19 tracks from her. And pretty much she just showed her repertoire. I think Tierra Whack did a album similar where she just did 1 minute each song, and it really boded well for her. And Doechii, Tierra Whack, Rhapsody, Doechii, Doja Cat. I mean, to be honest, I kind of gotta put them in that lane. I kind of gotta put her in that lane because she's not on that pussy rap. She's not rapping about a lot of feminine things. She's making music for humans. She's not just catering to the girlies. She's making music for the world to hear, and you can hear the passion. You can hear her poise. You can hear her purpose. You can hear, her reasoning, her gift. You can hear her strength in how she's rapping, her confidence. You can hear what she's trying to say. And Doechii just good production, and it just had that TDE feel. It had that TDE sound, right? Because it was outside the box. Because she was rapping a little bit about everything. That's why I say a human can enjoy this. Because she wasn't just catering to the girlies, to the hot girls. Like a man like myself, a grown man, could appreciate this type of music and could play it a little bit more without feeling uncomfortable because it's not girly. You know what I'm saying? Like, what man do we know sit there and watch Lifetime all the time? What man do we know that sit there and watch girly TV shows and rom-coms all the time? It's not many men that appeal to that type of thing. So when it's a woman that can create for everyone, something that everyone can enjoy, but make sure that it's from a woman's lens, but not, exclude others, then I think it's easy to get into. This album was great. Top Dog compared it to the Section 80 Kendrick Lamar. And to be honest, only time can tell, but when we know about Top Dog, he don't really be bragging on people like that. He don't really say a whole bunch. He ain't gonna like soup something up. He ain't gonna cap. Like, Top Dog, he's pretty honest, and I'm sure the artists know that. We can look at Reason and see, the issue that he got into with Top Dog's son. We can already tell if that's his son, then no telling what the big dog is saying to you. So I believe for Top Dog to step out and really say this about her work, I think it really says something. And I think this is something that we could really get excited to as hip hop fans, because this is raw, refreshing, and different. I compared her to Tierra Whack. I compared her to Doja Cat. I compared her to a Rhapsody. But when we compare these women artists, she still has something about her that stands out. She still has her own individualness. She still has her own sound. And she gave us different flows. She gave us some melodies. She got on different beats, from the boom bap to just some more, you know, funkier, soulful beats. But like I said, it was that TDE sound. It was outside the box. And I heard a podcast, Joe Budden podcast, they were saying that TDE does a good well with developing their artists, with, you know, A&R and their artists. The artist development is there. And I feel like I can see the difference between TDE and Dreamville. I know people hate for me to bring this back up, but this album, this project that she did, and how carefully she put this project together, it showed me the detail, the carefulness, the consideration, the curation, the craftsmanship that TDE puts in with their artists and puts into their artists' projects. So this album really shows me like TDE is invested, and I could hear the influence just of the black hippies, of all the greats that are under that label. Like, I could just hear the influence in this album. I could just hear the influence of Punch, of Top. I could hear the influence of the greats, like behind Doechii. And I feel like she was able to really listen and take it in and absorb it, and basically show a reflection and be a good reflection of the TDE. So I believe Alligator Bites Never Heal. You know, I think it's a good album. I think it's going in the right direction. I think this could take her to new heights. And I think it's some hits on there too. It's shorter, right, for those listeners that consume stuff at a quick rate. I think it would definitely fit their palate. So, man, shout out Doechii.